Started the recording already. Streaming almost didn't work. Yeah, I know, big change, right? Did you tell me last night that it wasn't working? Because I didn't notice, and then Ross and Tom showed up, and they were both like, "You got no audio, bro." Okay, here we go. Oh, thanks. No worries. It's cool. Yeah, it might have been better that you didn't say anything because I was already kind of like frazzled last night during the race. I think I got into a groove late in the race, which was good, but like I guess you saw like I lost by 3.5 minutes last night. So like the mistakes I made earlier were what killed me, mostly. So this is all Dungeons Keysanity tonight. Oh my god, the hammer's on the freaking lumberjack ledge. That's a terrible start to this seed. So, but apparently what it was that one of my audio settings didn't transfer over properly. It's a big key to swamp. I need an actual mouse to do this. So, but it, you know, we finished decent last night, I'd say. I would say that the second half of that race was a little bit better. Turned out my opponent did find the Tempered Sword. So, like, me fighting Ganon with Master Sword made that a little bit harder. And definitely cost me time. But, you know, live and learn. I thought we did admirably for a couple of the self-handicaps I incurred on myself. Loot. Map to Meyer. Art. Come on, bombs. A sword, okay. Means I gotta go back into that basement. So yeah, this is the last race of Season 0, the pre-season, as it were. Starting tomorrow will be the first race of Season 1. As I've said, Pearl already, wow. A bow, wow, okay. Yeah, so tonight is the last race of Season 0. After that, the board, all the ladder stuff will be reset. So I will be back to a 0-0 record, and I'll have my full ladder score, ranking, whatever. And we will be moving back to trying to have a good record. First race of Season 1 is, once again, tomorrow at 4. I have a work meeting, unfortunately, at that time, so I won't be able to join. I think it's going to be a pretty hype event for those who enjoy it. And a lot of people are predicting it's actually going to be a full race. They cap them at 100 right now. But if things you know, depending on how turnout evolves, it could turn into more spots in races, but tomorrow's capped at 100 entrants, and I will be missing it. But we'll try to get into a race maybe tomorrow night, maybe Saturday, I don't know. I just have so many options right now of what I want to stream, and in no small part due to Dan for setting up a little head-to-head. So that's really cool. I'm already down 2-0, but small hole to work with here. I probably could have spent tonight doing Spyro, but I do want to still do these. Next week is a Gems of War Guild Wars week, so that could be a bit of a delay for me to keep up. But like I said, doesn't matter. For being a Keysanity race, we haven't found a lot of keys. I know. There is a key on the library. So on the plus side, in comparison to last night, we have flipped the camera. That was a suggestion from Leaky. Said it was a little, or at least that was the most recent suggestion to do so. So I faced the game. So we are now facing the game. And then Tom and Ross both helped a little bit with the color on the controller. Apparently white was just a little too loud of a color for the controller. So we swapped that back to the traditional black controller, and then we gave a little bit of a background color for contrast. I do agree that the black controller does look a lot better. The white buttons pop much better. So, like I've said, evolving ideas. We'll see how things continue. I did create a little head-to-head sheet, but I'm gonna save that one because I do want Dan to see it. We've got a small key to Castle Tower. We need 2 to complete Castle Tower. We know we're going to need both, and soon-ish, because the hammer is going to lock out a lot in the seed. And one of the things I really think it's going to lock out is Dark World access in general. Like, this might be an AGA seed just to reach Dark World, let alone complete everything. What do you mean the button's being swapped? Fire big key, okay, that's good. Got the flippers. Like the fact that I'm pushing B and that's A? Is that what you're saying? Oh, right. I've got the emulator display. I forgot. Yeah, that is true. The problem is that Nintendo buttons, of course, are different from others, so it doesn't feel natural. So the big mistake last night was we didn't check the hobo early, because the hobo had the hammer and set off so many bad things last night, so we're going to check the hobo early this time. So I need at least 3 things to beat Aga still. I need either another sword or the cape. I need another castle tower key, and I need the lamp. What do you got? Small key to Skullwoods. Not what I need. So, one thing of note, all Dungeons Keysanity is not going to be a race type in Season 1. Unfortunately, it is going to be exiting the rotation. So this is the last time we're going to see this specific setting. Okay. Hylia Island doesn't matter. And I actually like Keysanity a lot because of the fact that, like, it doesn't always require the amount of knowledge in terms of, like, where all the items or how many items are in a dungeon, because really you have to full clear a lot of dungeons. Love and some rupees. So it kind of makes up for the fact that I don't necessarily know all the logic of, like, crap, of where, like, stuff gets placed in dungeons. But it lets me still, you know, fully explore things. So first up, we're gonna just check the bottle vendor. Okay. Does that cost 100 rupees, and I didn't have 100 rupees my first time here. And then we're gonna check Sick Kid. Small key to Turtle Rock. Yeah, maybe I should turn off the input display on the emulator, because it is... I never think about it because I don't look at it, like, Link is centered on the screen always. But I can see that would be a little annoying and weird. Red cane. We're finding a lot of good items to start. But, you know, we're still ways away from big key to Tower of Hera. I can't do much with that yet. I will need to, but, like, not for a while. 3 big keys, though, to start. That's... Get out of my way. But yeah, I'm excited that this is the last race of Season 0. This is fun. You know, hitting Season 1 soon. We'll be back to 500 for the brief and momentary period of one race. Because I'm sure I will quickly fall below 500 again. Wake. And the small key, like normal. I'm trying not to kill that green guard. I want to death warp out of here. Actually, no I don't. I don't have the lamp. I can't do Dark Cross. So, we're just gonna... Unfortunately, that death on the way to Zora's area, like, that's gonna cost me a little bit. Because, like, that's at least a check I could have made. I'm hoping maybe I find something. You know, the additional money I need. So I can do Zora and the Zora Ledge. Big key to Skull Woods, but nothing else really. If I had the big key to Eastern, I'd say Eastern's a really good play. We'll do the Zora check just because it's like a quickie-ish one. I don't like the fact that I'm doing this, but I'm like blanking a little bit right now. The next logical place to also check would be Death Mountain, but I've only got really one check I can make on Death Mountain right now. Oh yeah, thank you for all the hosts, everybody. I think I saw Ulkesh, Joe, Reese, now Jess. There might have been a Dopey or a Leaky in there. Thanks as always, everybody. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Thursday. And looking forward to a weekend. I know weekends are not as thrilling right now, but, you know. Hopefully the streams keep it interesting, at least somewhat interesting, and you know, my goal is to be able to stream a bit more. Been a busy work week though, so I apologize if people were hoping for some extra streams. Lamp. Okay, that lamp really... You know what, we're gonna check out Eastern, even if I can only do the other 4 checks. I'm here. I might as well at least check those 4. We dodged the duck. And if we don't find anything in Eastern, then we'll probably go up to Death Mountain, rescue the old man, check what's inside Spectacle Rock. But hopefully we find something before then. Like, hopefully the 4 checks here in Eastern give me at least some kind of direction. So we're gonna check this first chest. It's usually like rupees, I think, in the vanilla game. Just bombs. Then we get the map and compass chest, and then the big key chest. The only thing we can't check, as I said, is the big chest itself and Armos Knights. So my guess is this seed will probably take 2 to 3 hours. Keysanities are always a little rough, and an all dungeons one. I need boots. That's a big one. Like, there was a key in the library, and there was hammer on lumberjack. What am I doing wrong there? There's a way to not spawn that skeleton, and I just am not doing it. I don't know what it is that I'm not doing, though. This room is so much easier with a lamp. I can do it without, but I will gladly take the lamp. Thank you for the host. Subterfugium. Hope you're doing well. Okay, see you, Olkesh. Have a good night. Okay, so what is a ladder rando race? So, this is linked to the past randomizer. Some very smart people, who are excellent at coding, created a ROM hack of sorts. What happens is that it takes the ROM, it shuffles everything. Usually it's all the items. So rupees, hearts, heart pieces, all the different items you can find, all that kind of stuff. This is a more advanced mode called Keysanity, where the maps, compasses, small keys, and boss keys are also shuffled. This is also an all dungeons race, which means I have to clear all the pendant dungeons and Aghanim 1, Aghanim 2, and Aga 1, Aga 2, all the pendant dungeons, all the crystal dungeons, before I can beat Ganon. Usually, traditional rando, you only have to beat the 7 crystal dungeons, so you got to do everything. What is the ladder? So somebody else who's really smart decided that regular old just rando racing was kind of boring, and a lot of people just weren't participating as much as they used to, I guess. So I don't know, I never did rando races. The boots, finally. So what they did was they created the ladder. It's just like, you know, back in the day with like StarCraft ladder, you know, you got a rank. You got points, and you're ranked based on how well you do. And you tend to face people roughly in your ranking. So what happens is that how many times? There's usually about 4 times a day there is a race. The modes rotate. So as I said, tonight is all Dungeons Keysanity. Last night around this time was an open seed. But the modes can rotate throughout the day. Every 4 hours there's a different race. There's 5 modes currently, and then so it just shifts around all the time. As I was saying though, this is the last race of what they're calling Season 0. That was the other thing I needed, the other Castle Tower Small. But I am not short actually, I got it. Okay, I can go do Aga. So this has been the beta season, Season 0. This is the last race of Season 0, and then starting tomorrow will be Season 1. At 4 o'clock will be the first race of Season 1. Unfortunately, I am unavailable, so I can't do it. But, you know, hopefully people have fun with it. And then there will be 200 races for Season 1. It starts tomorrow, May 1st, and goes through... I forget. It's however long 200 races spread out over, you know, about every 6 hours. Small key to Hyrule Castle. Interesting. So, it is. Link to the Past is probably one of my favorite games growing up. So, I have been watching Rando races for a year, 2 years. I completed my first ever Rando seed during my Extra Life stream last year, and I really enjoyed it and said I'll do one every so often. I did a couple during the holidays. They had a special mode called like Festive Mode, which was really cute. You were delivering presents for Santa, and they had some really just sweet like boss redesigns. Like the one boss turned into a gingerbread man. Ganon was wearing a Santa suit. So I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't ever do the races because they're hosted on, or they're always done on Twitch, and unfortunately, I don't stream on Twitch. You know, maybe not unfortunately. But this person's whole logic is like, I don't care what you stream on, just make sure I got a VOD of you actually doing the race. And if you do that, it's fine by me. Whatever platform you want to be on, be on. So, since that's how they're doing it, I can race, and I'm not good. In Season 0, I've participated in about a dozen races, and I think I've got like 2 or 3 wins. I've got 2 or 3 ties due to forfeit. My opponent and I both forfeit a few races, but it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. I've learned a lot. Like, if you watch my first race versus the one now, Like, light and day. Night and day. Light and day? What am I saying? That was a blue ball. 1. 2. So, I've had a lot of fun with it. And it's definitely something I want to continue doing. And it's an easy night stream for me. Like, as long as the race time's good, like, it's easy for me to join one and just be like, okay, let's try. 3 blue balls. Okay, what's on the pyramid? Do I need a piece of heart? Not necessarily, but I'm going for it anyway. Okay, we're gonna do a save and quit. We know where the hammer is, so I gotta go get that hammer. But that's one of the dozen things I have to beat on my way to victory tonight. Or at least completing the seed. Let's not act like I'm gonna win. Scene overlay. I downloaded, I forget what it's called. But somebody made a timer. There's a timer app I downloaded for free or whatever, and so. I've been using that. I did have just like a little... I started off using a website stopwatch and did a window capture, and then I was like, well, that kind of looks silly. So then I changed over, I downloaded an app that had a white background, and I was like, that looks better. And then I wanted to put the controller capture display, so I downloaded this next one, so I had that option. And it has a transparent background, so I think this works the best out of what I've done so far. It's one of those things where it's like a constantly evolving portion of streaming. Yeah, that's right, we got the hammer. You know what, we'll go into Skullwoods first. We got a little bit we can do here based on the keys that I found already. We're not going to steal the key from the back of Skullwoods, but I do want to check that area. Yeah, we made some edits last night after the stream. Bombos. Medallion. No, let's not fall in a hole all the time. That's not fun. The map to Turtle Rock, that's worthless. Junk. No, I don't want to exit Skull Woods yet. We want to go back in. Because there's a few checks I can do in here. Small key to pod. Nice. Doesn't give me a lot of options. I need at least 4 or 5 to do a considerable amount. Small key to Skull Woods again. Do I have a fairy in a bottle? No, I do not. So I can take a death warp. I didn't want to take a hand warp, but okay, sure. But I want the health refill. Not a lot I can check on Death Mountain, unfortunately. Without a mirror or a hookshot, can't do a ton. Nope. Nothing there. So we're going to do a bit of a tour to Dark World. A lot of overworld locations. I could go into Thieves Town. You know what? I can only make 4 item checks in Thieves Town right now. Let's do them. That is actually a very good find. No. SNES 9X is actually the one that they recommend for doing this. I know some people still like it, but what I was told for at least doing these races, or like when the fact sheet for like what is recommended architecture to use, or hardware, software I guess really, to use was that the Z SNES was actually not to be used. I'm not too familiar with reasoning, but everything I was told said 9X instead. Like, I can do that on this as well. It was funny, the first time I did an entrance randomizer, I had a notepad open up on my my computer that I'm using for the stream, and I start typing notes and not even realizing that I forgot to disable background key pushes on the emulator. I must have hit the plus sign or the minus sign and started just going faster and slower. Or like the emulator did it, and I was freaking out because I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I think I forfeit that race, so it didn't really matter from a... And not because of that. Like, that was not the reason I forfeit that night. I forfeit because I got lost doing Entrance Rando. Entrance Rando is brutal. Eastern and Thieves are our 5-6 crystals tonight. If I just had the... Yeah, so Entrance Rando, every entrance in the game is shuffled. And that night, I think, did I do cross keys, or just, was it a mystery? I forget. Titan's Mitts, Cane of Burna, Big Key to Pod, 10 bombs, Powder, okay. Powder, Blue Cane, Mitts, I got boots, Big Key to Pod. Okay. So there's actually many varieties of randomizers. So the one, as I said, we're doing tonight is Keysanity All Dungeons. That night, I think it was a Keysanity, but it was full cross-world entrance shuffle, which is one of the most evil forms of randomizer I have played. What it means by cross keys and cross-world, so like there's an entrance shuffle where any connectors, so like a cave that goes in one door and out another, will always end up, like if you're in Light World, you'll stay in Light World. If you're in Dark World, you'll stay in Dark World. Cross keys is a cross-world entrance shuffle. And what that does is that you could go in a Light World cave and walk out on the other side of that cave passageway and be in Dark World. It's mean. I didn't find the Moon Pearl that night. Ooh, a big key. To where? Nice. I've got a lot of options for what I can do, but I think I'm going to go up Death Mountain at this point. Best seed I've finished, though, so far is... I joined a mystery race. And it's going to be weird that I'm going to say this is the best seed I've ever done. Last Saturday, or Sunday, I joined the mystery race for the day, and it was 4 crystal to beat Ganon, fast Ganon. One of the cool things you can do with settings is like have you can change some of the other requirements for like when you can go fight Ganon. But so that race turned out to be a 4 crystal for Ganon. If you're really good, you can get them done in under 2 hours. Me, about 2 hours or more. All Dungeons Keysanity tonight probably is going to be about 3. If I'm not done in 3 hours, I'd be surprised, though. Like, I think I'm good enough to get one of these done in less than 3 hours. So yeah. Saturday morning, I do I enter the mystery seed. It's a 4 crystal fast Ganon, so I don't have to do Ganon's tower. I don't have to do half the bosses. But halfway through, I realized that what happens on these higher difficulties is that so like this is normal difficulty where you can still get all the great upgrades, but there's a version called hard and expert, and the seed I was in was an expert item pool, which meant the best sword you could get was Master Sword, and there was like the best number of hearts you could get was 8. And there was no blue mail, no red mail, like you were really basic. So I was ready to fight Ganon at less than an hour. And I thought, like, I am doing amazing. And so, but I knew that the biggest problem I'd have for the day was that I had never killed Ganon with Master Sword and no silver arrows. Like, that was a first for me. So I proceeded to spend about 2 hours that day fighting Ganon, trying to figure out how to beat him with only a Master Sword and 8 hearts. At 8 hearts in green mail, pretty much anything will kill you in 2 hits. So I died a lot. I think at the end it said I had about 40 deaths. And I'd say the majority of those were to Ganon. No. They just make you go slow and they'd make you take more time. Small key to pod? We're getting a good number of pod keys. Compass to this dungeon. So yeah, it's more just like it slows you down. So I lost that race by 2 hours. Pretty much. Turns out my opponent found the cape, and with the cape we're able to absolutely shred Ganon. Within a few tries. So I didn't find out where they found the cape, I just found out that they did have the cape, and fighting Ganon, even with Master Sword, is a lot easier if you have the cape. Oh, I missed the question you had asked earlier, sorry, about finding out about Randomizer. So, I love watching Games Done Quick. I've been watching that for a few years. No, it's cool. It's cool to talk about it. So I've watched Games Done Quick for a while now. And I want to say, a few years ago, one of the runners, they actually let them do a randomizer seed at GDQ. Which you think, like, what? How do you give a time estimate? Because they were, like, really precise about making sure that seeds don't, or, like, each block doesn't run long. But, I watched and really enjoyed it. And then I started paying attention to speed gaming channels on Twitch. And on the speed gaming channels, there was quite a bit of, like, they would have annual tournaments, or like semi-annual tournaments, where like, and those would be devoted to like one mode. So like, there'd be an open mode tournament for the fall, and every race was open mode. And I could spend days watching these. Oh, there's an open race, okay. And there'd be an open race almost every hour of the day. during those tournaments, and I just fell in love with watching it. And you know, I got used to the logic of it. I started watching like very specific people, and I was like, I love this. It's so much fun. And then I was just always like, only problem is I can't do it. You know, I downloaded it and I was like, okay, I can play for myself and have fun with it. And that was kind of where like me doing it for Extra Life came up. I was like, you know, let's stick around with one and just see how it goes. And I had a lot of fun for Extra Life with it, and then I was like, I'd like to do more, so okay, I'm gonna do the a few more of these and just do them solo. And then this came up. One of the people I usually watch who does a lot of races said, oh yeah, he's doing a ladder race, and I was kind of like, what the hell is ladder? And watched his race, and I was like, this was really flippin' cool. And I joined the Discord for it, and I asked the guy who ran it, I was like, hey, you know, I stream on Mixer and not Twitch. Is that cool? And he was like, as long as you have a VOD of you running, I don't care where you stream. You know, join in, have fun. And like, as a speedrunning community, like, I am nothing in it, but I can talk to those people and like, they're helpful. After a race, I can say to somebody, hey, got any tips for how to beat this? Yeah, they are. And like, the people who are involved here, I would say, like, I've heard good things about like the community as a whole, and there are some really great people who are just like in it to help. And everything, like every Discord I've joined for it, the people have been really welcoming and are like, you know, if you have a question, they're like, oh yeah, do this, do that. So, like, I'm still not good. But at the same time, like, me doing randomizer means I don't have to do, like... Yeah. But because I do randomizer, it's like, I don't have to go and say, I have to learn how to be, like, super good. Because this game is very much devoted then to also how you think. You know, understanding logic. It's a puzzle. So, I think it's fun. I'm gonna have to take the long way around to save an extra key here in Pod. But it gives me a few extra checks if I don't have to open the front door of Pod. So because we're in Keysanity, key management is super important. Pod has 6 small keys that you can find out in the world. So if I open every single door, I would need all 6 of them. I'm kind of hoping that I don't have to open every door in Pod, and I'm trying to save some keys. So we're actually going to do something a little unintentional. Oh, forgot. I do have to hit that switch to do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a... well, we're going to have to clear out these enemies. Okay, so we're gonna do a bonk off of there. The big thing I'm still not used to is using boots much. But we're gonna burn 1 key on getting the big key chest of pod. Unfortunately, it means I'm gonna have to do like a second loop around, but it saves the key on the front door. Plus, there's 14 chests in pod. Like, we're checking chests. So yeah, we're gonna be repeating some of the rooms we've already done just to do this a little bit more efficiently. I'm hoping to find something of value though. So far, we've really found nothing. Taking a lot more damage than I'd like. You? Come on. So right now, I have enough keys to do... Five chests? Maybe not even. I might be stuck making a bad decision between 2 options. Dang. Actually, I think I could still get 5 chests. I can open that door and get 3 that way, and then I can get... Oh wait, 6 chests. I can get everything in this dungeon except for the boss and the harmless hellway. Another Turtle Rock small key. I can't get into Turtle Rock yet. So yeah, we're gonna get the 3 in the dark maze here. Better use of my time. Wrong one. This one here, then up and around. So I know one of the questions I always get asked when I do these, especially to people who kind of know the game, is it possible to not complete the game? And no. It is always possible to complete the game. The devs who did the logic, as I said, are very smart. And so the logic will always work, that you will find everything required to complete the seed. So, but yeah, some stuff I didn't say about how ladder works. So, half an hour before the race, sign-up start. Anybody can sign up. No real requirement there. Darn, I should have gotten that key before I went to pod. Whatever. You know, first time, 100th time, you're allowed. You know, you just gotta sign up. For 20 minutes, people can sign up for the race. You know what the mode is. The only question is if it's called a mystery seed. And mystery seeds can have a bunch of different settings. Just depends on, what it is that night. Wake. Okay. We might go do Mire. So for 20 minutes, people sign up. At the end of the 20-minute period, if there is an even number, then they just match everybody up. If not, they leave it open for another 5 minutes to see if they can get it to an even number. Pretty much next person to sign up or quit is what they call it. At that time, there's a 10-minute wait until the race starts. In that time, you get sent a seed. So on the start screen, you see like this 5-item hash tag of stuff. That is my seed for the race. One other person in the race tonight, so there's like 20, 30 people in this race tonight. One other person has the same race hash as I do. Key to remember is that I don't know who they are, and I am not supposed to know who they are. It is a complete mystery who I am racing. It's supposed to keep things fair and fun. Everybody races until they either say they're done or forfeits. In the Discord, when you're done, you put exclamation point done. And if you forfeit, you put exclamation point FF. Once you do that, you enter a race lounge. And you get told, how you finished relative to your opponent. And then that racing lounge stays open for the duration of the race, and then 30 minutes after the last race finishes, it closes. So... Oh, this one. Get back here. So yeah, I don't know who I'm racing tonight, and I am not supposed to find out. It's one of those little things, like, one of the few rules they actually tell you for this is do not try to find out who your opponent is. It's kind of funny, like, they have very few things they're actually really super serious about, but one of them is don't search for your opponent. Don't tell them, even after you finish, you're not supposed to tell your opponent that you finished. It's just, after the race is over, people can talk. So I have no idea who it is tonight. The more I race, the closer my races have gotten. Partly because, I'm getting better skill-wise, and also because, as my ranking's gone down, I'm getting paired up with people who are my skill level. So, makes it more fun. It sucked when I lost every race I did. But I've gotten a couple of wins. I think I've won in this mode before. I won here last weekend in an all Dungeons Keysanity. My opponent and I were actually pretty evenly matched. I think I only beat him by 5 minutes, if that. Which, in all Dungeons Keysanity, is not a lot of time. There's a lot to do in this kind of race. Okay, so I needed to come here for Ether, which is my way into Turtle Rock, so that was important to come to Mire. I mean, I've got most of the items. Unfortunately, the big things I'm missing Fire Rod and Ice Rod. And I need those. Like, those are the two big ticket items. So I'm out of small keys, which means I have to take a little bit of a roundabout way to finish Misery Mire. But luckily, you actually don't need to find any of the small keys in chests for this dungeon to be full clearable. You only need the big key, because this teleporter here brings you to the big key door to get to the basement. Yes, the more you do these, you kind of get this set of knowledge for how things work. And you get these weird little tidbits of knowledge. My favorite one is I've done a couple of these cross-world, or these entrance randos, and the rats and crickets actually share like an item or a pallet, I guess. So if you run into a cricket crickets are usually like pretty seriously annoying enemies. But if you enter Thieves Town, which is I think the only dungeon with crickets in it, then the crickets, while they look like crickets, are actually the same enemy type as a rat, and thus do the damage and have the same health as the rats. So they go from being like one of the most intimidating, stupid, annoying enemies to being weaklings. So it's little stuff like that that's always really cool to know. Okay, but it's time for a boss. And since we have the cape, we're going to use cape. You know what, we're just gonna go arrows. Vitreous takes just a few too many hits without arrows. Oh. Fire was the green pendant. Okay. Second dungeon down. Third if we count. What? Is a neat graphic? Sorry. Oh. Yeah. Where are we gonna go next? We don't have a lot of options. I can check the green pendant. That feels like kind of a waste. I think we're gonna do Ice Palace. I don't like Ice Palace. It's probably my least favorite dungeon, honestly, in the whole game. But at this point, it kind of still seems like it's my best choice, even without Fire Rod. Luckily, Bombos gives me access. Took a bad early death in this run, but other than that, I can't complain too much about the start to this race. And I say start when I'm already... what? An hour and 10 minutes in? So... okay, am I gonna get the double kill tonight? Nope, that's too low. I barely got the single kill there. Bad Zalfos kill. Yeah, we're still really not doing good in the key department, to be honest. We're missing a lot to finish this seed. Like, if I had the mirror, I could go do... Actually, I can't even do Swamp Palace right now. I don't have the small key. There's one small key needed to do Swamp Palace. And it's the front door small key. It's like one of the stupidest little things. But you need a small key to get into Swamp Palace. And its key can be anywhere. In older versions of the randomizer, apparently that key had like a very high likelihood of being the first chest. And I'm saying very high, and it was only like 10%. Silver arrows, okay. That's a nice find. I'll gladly go with the silver arrows. Yeah, it might have been like a 10% chance that it was in the first chest of swamp, but now it's like better randomized, so it's less likely. Still possible, but slightly less of a chance of it happening. And I don't want to do it because it's just so unlikely. That's a very important big key. So we actually do need that big key to finish this game. There's what I thought. I was going to get something here. I had to get something. We were running out of bad choices. Or annoying choices. Like, there was going to have to be eventually something nice-ish. All that's left is to go kill Cold Stare. Ah, good thing I found that one small key out in the world, or else I'd be in trouble. And would have said, why didn't I do the bomb jump that I taught myself how to do? Okay, what can I go do now? I can complete Skull Woods. Suck it, Cold Stare. That was a good kill, I must say. Like, not to be humble brag, but that was actually a really good Cold Stare fight. Well, I gotta do a save and quit anyway, because I don't actually have a way out of here. At this point, Pod's only one check. Turtle Rock, I can actually do a lot. It's kind of a worrying sign with how much, like, it's scary how much I could do at Turtle Rock if I went there. I'm still like a small key or two small keys short of fighting Trinex. Also, I'm an Ice Rod short. I was an Ice Rod short. But I think we're gonna finish off Skull Woods first. I've got the equipment for it. I've got half magic. Like, I can't get a much better situation for fighting the moth. Like, I could have a better sword, but it'd do so little for me. It's kind of like silly not to do this now while I'm here. And I have, like, there's still stuff preventing me from clearing Turtle Rock. My current understanding of what I should do is always do what you can complete. The more you can do, the better. So like, maybe the density of choices says go Turtle Rock, but the skill, or like the fact that I have to clear every dungeon in this game tells me clear dungeons while you can. So I can clear Skull Woods. Let's go clear Skull Woods. You know, either way, I hate this. I wish I had the mirror. I really do. Oh yeah, we're playing as Plague Knight. When it came to picking a character, I eventually realized I like Plague Knight. A little buddy Plague Knight. Yeah, they have a whole library of sprites that you can play as. Some very like simple, you know, you can play as Link, you can play as Zelda, But you can also play as Mario, Pikachu. Oh, there's so many. You can play as the old man that you save up on Death Mountain. You can play as a floor tile. Like those spinning tiles that attack you in dungeons, you can play as that. There are some amazing... Like, I talk about the people who code this game, and that's really cool. The sprite artists who've done work to bring characters to this game. Like, if you can't find a sprite that you actually enjoy and find good, then... Hey, Tom. Decent so far. This is all Dungeons Keysanity, so... As you can see, we're 4 dungeons in. I'd say the seed was a little mean to start. The hammer was on Lumberjack, so I had to kill Aga to get my hammer early. So, that's a bit of an annoying start to a race, but I think we're doing good. Item-wise, I think we're in good shape. The big part that I'm missing right now is I'm missing a lot of keys. But that's Keysanity. So last night I... just did some data analysis. And then today we were running some simulations to adjust the oh, there's a small key on the floating island, okay. So we've been adjusting the power factor on, or what I've been doing is adjusting the power factor on the inverters for the PV, and trying to determine, you know, what level of control we get from changing those. Right now we're doing it manually, but the next step for me is to use what I learned from the manual tests, and we're going to automate it to find best settings. But since the instructions we were given were kind of like very general, they said that they were just going to control all the inverters on a phase or in the system to the same power factor, and we're kind of like, well, that seems a little like unintelligent of a method. But okay. That was kind of the reaction, like, after we had that meeting about it, we're like, the 3 of us are sitting there, and we're like, they said that, right? And I was like, I missed that portion of the discussion, like, I didn't catch it, but we're just all like, yeah, no. But that's what they say they're gonna do? Okay. We got a shield! Babies for a shield. So, but no, Sims are going, they're going well. Zach and I have been sending code back and forth with each other and getting a lot done. He'll make some edits, send me some stuff, and then I've been like, almost like I've been a debug on it. Like, he'll send me something and I'll be like, okay, I had to change this line to get something to go, but generally, like, his notes in his codes have been amazing. So, like, I can look at it and instantly go, okay, this is what I need to do to make it work. So, like, we've been really, I think, pretty well in sync to get this stuff out quick. And I think Dr. Mew's been happy with what we've returned in the process. So, meeting tomorrow, and then we're kind of at least caught up for a little bit. So, we'll still have a ton to do. Like, as soon as we hit this meeting tomorrow, I'm going to be onto coding the automation of the cap control and the inverter control, and Zach's working on creating voltage regulators and like tap changing transformers for the system kind of thing. So, but we're at least on, yeah, we're on the right track. It's like each of us kinds of so what happened was they were kind of like, ooh, what could be key? Desert. I can't even do anything in desert. So what happened, and it's not a bad thing at all, they said to us, hey, we need you to, or what we would like is, they wanted like a 10-year expansion plan. Is the best way to put it. So like, what happens if every year there's this growth in the solar, this growth here, and they kind of wanted like a rush job on it, like they wanted it today. So we're meeting tomorrow about it. So they wanted that. That was kind of their whole thing. I don't know why. I think it's above, you know, any of our pay grade to know that. Why it's so important. But whatever. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, Zach and I just knocked it out. Eastern Palace Big Key. Amazing. That's good. Mirror. Wow. Okay. Okay, no problem, Sculptor. It's cool. If you come back before the end of the race, great. If not, thanks for coming around and talking and... Yeah, that was the thing. Like, we're still at a... Thanks. Yeah, Tom, it's like we're still... We were making progress. It was... The thing that really slowed us was... Like, and we're still at a data disadvantage at times from what we want. Mirror, Eastern Big Key. So like... But all we can do is, you know, if we get the data, we run with it. If not, we still have to do with what we got. Small key. 2. Swamp. Okay, awesome. I can clear Swamp Palace next. So, but no, it's been a busy couple of weeks, like as a result of all this, but like I think everything went well for us to hit this deadline. Another Ganon's Tower small key. Like, I don't need this many of those. Okay, the one thing I can't do in Desert is I don't have the Desert small key, so I'm gonna be orphaning two chests here. But yeah, I knocked out a bunch of different inverter configurations today, just to try them out to see what kind of voltage control we get. Some good. Actually, I'd say a lot of it was actually really positive. But like, there's definitely some levels of like stuff that I couldn't get to change. That would have been nice. You know, starting to try to get a little stricter of a voltage control on the max min for violations. And like, I could fix some of them, but there's still a bunch that are outside of what we would like. And we've got most of the circuit pictures now. I think there's only one we don't have. Yeah, everything's good. I mean, it's definitely it's different working from home. But I feel like for as weird of a situation as it is, like at least from like I feel like Zach and I are doing well on the project. I don't know how. I haven't really heard from Keith or Tiffany, though, in a bit. So I hope they're doing well on their end. But I don't know, like, you know, her work's very much outside of the work that any of us had. I think she's got the most independent project, I feel like, in a sense, at this point. I know her stuff also works well with the equipment, so, like, kind of hard for her to do any hardware stuff. And then, like, besides sending out the, like, procedural stuff to help out for the labs, I haven't heard anything on that, so. But, you know, we're almost, like, tomorrow's gonna be a good, like, point of just, like, hey, I can I can have the weekend and not have to worry about extra sims, doing extra coding, and then when I start back with normal work stuff next week, it'll be a normal pace again. Not like deadline, 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 deadline. And I think that's good. It was, you know, it was good to have a good goal for the last 2 weeks, but it'll be nice to have a bit of a, you know, hey, I've got some time to formulate some codes slowly and, you know, do proper testing and all the other stuff. It's definitely been like, oh, you need that now. Okay, well, we didn't get to test it as far as we liked, so we're sending it hot fix style. But yeah. Stream-wise for the next couple of weeks, a buddy of mine, who's in the Discord, created a head-to-head for Joe and I. He gave us both a list of 20 achievements, the same 20 for each of us, and we're gonna, over the next 2 weeks or so, we're gonna race to see who gets the most achievements in it. So expect to see some extra streams. It's gonna be sort of like Crab was, but a bit more fun and lighthearted than serious and competitive. But Joe and I have always said we would like to have a proper head-to-head matchup, because when we got matched up for head-to-head in the actual competition, our match got ended early because coding issues. So she and I wanted to get another go at it, and luckily our buddy was all too pleased to try to create a list for us. You know, we said, we had been talking about it like, oh, we miss the ability to have head-to-head because they don't run it, and they haven't run it in a while. And he said, well, you know, if you two have time, yeah. He was like, the two of us, you know, Joe and I are both working from home, so we both have a bit more time without the commutes that we usually run. And so more streaming. And since he was willing to, you know, he made such an offer to help, we were like, sure. He gave us the list today at 1-ish, so like I was eating lunch when the list came out, and he gave us each an hour to look at it and say, you know, you can veto an achievement. We vetoed a couple, changed them, and then so the mini little competition started. I'm already losing 2-0. Joe streamed this afternoon and unlocked 2 achievements in the competition, so I'm already behind. But it'll be fun. I'm really looking forward to it, but I did tell myself tonight is the last race of Season 0 of the ladder. So starting... Wait, sorry. After the race tonight, the guy who runs the ladder system is gonna scrub it completely. All the Season 0 data, well, the data will be saved, but like your rankings and your scores will all be reset. And then Season 1 starts tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, because of the meeting for work tomorrow that I have, I can't race in the first race of Season 1. I really did want to enter it, but, you know, being at that meeting holds, you know, more importance. So, we're doing that. Tempered sword. That's awesome. I definitely would love to have a tempered sword instead of a master sword. Best upgrade to have. And Season 1 is going to be 200 races in total. Obviously, you don't have to do all 200, but lots of opportunities for me to race if I get the time. And as long as, you know, there's some night races I can do, we'll probably continue to do them. And I don't know, Tom, you've watched a few of them. Are these have these been enjoyable? At least, like, has this been at least somewhat interesting content? That's good. I mean, I've streamed some real boring games, so I don't want it to get to there. But as long as like people are enjoying it, like I do want to keep doing them. Okay, so got the mirror. You know what, since I have the mirror and I'm here... Yeah... I'm sorry, I haven't done that one yet. It's not leaving Game Pass soon, right? Is it? No, I did say I would. I installed it even. And that's the thing, like, I don't want to not do it. I said I was going to. Like, you've been joking about it for so long, and I just don't want to say, like, nope, not doing it. Sucker. You know, that would be rude of me. But, like, I did Crab, so Crab, I think I installed it right during the start of Crab. So, like, that was kind of, like, not gonna happen. And then... since then, it's like I started doing the ladder races, and then so, and now I've got this mini head-to-head with Joe. So it's a bunch of little stuff that I just haven't done yet. Fire small. Oh, Tom. Don't worry about that, my friend. I have a terrible completion percentage. Did you not know that? I am one of the worst when it comes to having actually good completion percentage. What you see on stream is the games I cared about. Like, my completion percentage achievement-wise is probably 35, is under 35%, let me be honest. I have under 35% of the achievements in all my games. It looks better than it is always because of the fact that the games I stream, you see me unlock achievements and you see me like go for completions on stream. So it looks better than I am. But that's mainly because, like, the games I stream, you kind of get to see that passion in the way I play. The book! So, like, if you watched my Bean Dive stream last year, really any year that we've done them, then like I've I've done a dive of so many games that I just haven't ever completed or touched really since then. And that's part of the reason like I'm really appreciative of what Dan did to make this head-to-head for Joe and I, because it's gonna help me like focus in on those games or some of those games. So like some of the ones he picked are definitely ones I want to play. Like most of the games he picked, I'm like, I want to play that game. And it's just been a question of like finding the time. So at least this has been like it's a good excuse to do a lot in terms of working on my completion percentage. So, yeah, we're gonna make some good progress on some games soon. Hopefully recover the rest of that bean dive from this past year. Crap, I didn't want to fall into the water. Like, I'm orphaning Zora. If I don't go back. I want to go back. I don't want to skip Zora, because at this point it's the only thing there. Like, I don't even have Mushroom anymore. Like, I've done the Mushroom check even. Get away! Bullying me! So yeah, after I finish this race, I'm probably going to run a couple more simulations tonight on the other circuit. I finished what I wanted on the first circuit, and I was just going to take a bit of a break tonight, do this race, and then I'll knock out just a couple more simulations. Like, I did a few simulations before the race, then we're going to do some more after the race. Easy stuff. So we're going to clear 2 dungeons right here. We're going to clear Pod and Eastern. I've got the keys to finish Pod and the keys to finish Eastern. And I can actually full clear Pod because I've got 5 keys now. But first, we're actually going to check the green pendant, because we have it. A small key to Turtle Rock. Okay, that helps. I do need a small key to clear Turtle Rock. I knew that was going to happen. I just don't know how to position myself to not mirror bonk there. Oh, and I know you care about this, Tom. Next week there'll be some extra streams with the Ignore Me title. It's that time again. I know. I apologize, but it's that once every 4 weeks magical time known as Guild Wars. Crap. I've really messed up the Stalfos room. Yeah. Luckily, we found the ice rod tonight before we reached that point. Because I have had some really bad ice rod hunts in these races. By the way, you want to see an unfair fight? We're about to have one of the most unfair fights in the game. You ever wonder why you're not supposed to have silver arrows this early? Turns out silver arrows are really, really overpowered. One silver arrow kills an Armos Knight. I love that. Okay, so we did get the mushroom. We turned that in. I think I have the red boomerang, and I just never marked it off. We've got a shield. Got the red mail that I forgot to mark off. Okay. I was hoping maybe we were going to find one more pod key in Eastern. But that apparently was not in the cards. So there's a funny one with that, actually, because they did cost. Now, the race I forfeit on Sunday, this past Sunday, was a mystery race, and I said that there's a lot of different weights that these races can have. One of the modes, the specialty modes possible for a mystery seed, is called retro mode. And it actually does exactly what you're saying. Arrows cost money. Yep, exactly like the first Zelda. The other thing that it's really cool that it does is retro mode also, small keys are universal. So like, instead of all the keys being very specific, you get any key you get can operate in any dungeon. So it's kind of like a very specialized Keysanity. Some of the other things they do for retro mode is you have to buy a quiver. I didn't either. Trust me, Most of the stuff you see me do is I just watch people who are really good. And then, like, oh, that's how you do that? Okay. So, no, I don't know how to do half of this stuff. I saw somebody else do it, and then I was like, huh, let me try that. So, like, there are some really cool tricks that I've seen that I've been trying to learn how to do. I think I've done a decent job learning them. I'm not great, but I've been getting better. First race versus what is now my dozenth, 14th, 15th race, I think are very, like, the practice is showing. There's definitely a lot of things I have to get better at, but, like, I'm happier with where I'm at than I was. By the way, those silver arrows, stay still. One. Most bosses are really, really weak to silver arrows. I really don't have the Thieves' Town big key, do I? I still don't. It's the only big key I'm missing. I'm trying to weigh my options here. What can I check? What do I need to check? I can clear Turtle Rock, so like that's the thing I'm definitely doing. That's where I'm going. Where do I want to make that stop on Spike Cave? Well, I can't stop at Spike Cave. Let me not say that. That would be silly to do right now. But after I clear Turtle Rock, I think I want to do Hookshot Cave first. Or do I? There's a small key on Hookshot Cave. Where can it be to? Could be Hera, could be Desert, could be Turtle Rock even. If it's the Turtle Rock small key that I'm missing... No, I have all the Turtle Rock smalls, I guess. No, that was Ganon's tower. That's right. Nope, that was a really worthless small key. Wow, that was a crappy small key. Like I said, Misery Mire small keys are like the most worthless. Okay, after we finish Turtle Rock, we're gonna go over to Ether Tablet on the other side of the Death Mountain. Then we're gonna go to Spike Cave. What after that? Like, if I just had the big key to Thieves Town, we'd be in go mode. And I need the big key to Thieves Town to clear this seed. Like, I can't even go into Ganon's Tower without it. So I know it's not in Ganon's Tower. Kind of limiting. And I'm scared that that chest is the one that has it, and I just don't have the small keys to go do it. Like, priority is you skip that chest in a Keysanity even. That is a chest you do not do unless you have to. And you have all 4 small keys to Turtle Rock found. And I have not, so we're not doing it. This has been a really bad try next fight. Like, I'm getting through it quickly, it's just slow. And sloppy. Please have the big key. Big key to Thieves Town. Big key to Thieves Town. You are not a big key to Thieves Town. Where is it? We don't have the Hera basement key either, so... Ether tablet, you got it? Nope. Everybody's favorite bad spot to check is next. We're gonna check Spike Cave. That's right, I forgot. After clearing Dark World, or clearing Aga and getting the mirror, you always start at the top of the pyramid if you're in Dark World. When you do a save and quit. I mean, it's not like I'm out of ideas. I have spots where I can check. I know where the next checks are right now. We're gonna check Cape Ledge. That should be go mode. Yep. Big key to Thieves Town. Yeah, that's an annoying little go mode tonight. My routing was not very good tonight, I'll say that much. Usually I have to dash down that hallway to get the small key, but I've already got a small key and I don't need to get the actual big key chest because we're in go mode, so screw that. We're gonna save a little bit of time. Where we can. Gotta hit that crystal switch, Jess, before you go down that stairs. Or up those stairs. By the way, Tom, we also flipped the camera angle. I'm now looking at the screen on the stream. I was told that that was a good change to make. I'd still prefer to have myself actually looking at a webcam there, but yeah, all I had to do was, one of the options in OBS is actually to flip do a horizontal flip. Turns out it's a lot easier than I would have thought. Come on. I didn't need that key. I don't know why I grabbed it. Okay, we've already got the Ganon's Tower big key, so we're just going to go right up the tower. Don't have to check any of the basement. We've got Tempered Sword, we've got Silver Arrows, we've got Red Mail. We are armed to the teeth for this end of game, pretty much. We've got half magic. I've got a blue potion and a green potion. I am not left wanting anything. If I didn't have silver arrows, and if this wasn't a race, I'd show you a silverless Ganon fight. But it is a race still, and I've got silver arrows. Because I can tell that you understand this game. So, like, when you first learned how to beat this game, there is no way to beat Ganon without silver arrows. In your mind, turns out there is. Yeah, there's been some mistakes tonight. Like, I wanted to check the cape bumper ledge a lot sooner. So, like, I'm kind of annoyed with myself for that one, but... there are other things tonight that I'm like, I made the right decisions at other spots. So not really bad on the routing tonight. There are some little things I could have done better, but that's always going to be the case. Like, there's always going to be these little things where you're like, if I went this way instead of that way... Like, can't change those, but overall, I'm not too mad about the route I took. Oh, come on. Yeah, I want it, like, I want to be able to do better each time. And the mental side of this is what I really, like, I want to be able to say, okay, mentally I played right tonight. So the bonk technically is part of the game, because that ledge is only reachable by a bonk. Well, the only normal way is through a bonk. Okay, screw this room. We're gonna go with safety strat. I hate the gauntlet. This set of 5 rooms is the worst. Getting bullied in this room. By the way, this next room is one of the most satisfying kills in the whole game. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And it's actually a pretty easy one to learn. This one is also supposed to be really satisfying, I just can't ever do it. Oh my god, I did it that time. Except you're supposed to be able to get all 4 really quickly. Like, I should have been able to get the 4th one on the same cycle, so little slow, but not bad. Better than I've done. I usually don't get all 3 with the Samaria block. Like I said, I'm learning. Okay. Bombs. Pick up a bomb, throw it, go up, go down, boom. Pull out powder. We're gonna power to the anti-fairy here. Grab the fairy. Grab the full magic. I don't care about anything chest-wise. I don't need any of these chests. We're gonna kill Moldorm again. Dang it. We're going to kill Moldorm again. Not the worst I've ever done that room. Definitely not the best, but definitely not the worst. Okay, Aghanim 2. I'm failing the geometry test, apparently. Really failing geometry right now. That was a really bad, really bad Aghanim fight. But that fight is pure RNG as to where the 3 wizards stand. Oh, crap, I didn't actually get enough hits to get into phase 2. Oh no, silver arrow is my one true weakness. That was a really good Ganon kill. Okay. Okay, we're gonna walk across the bridge, and then we're going to be able to say that we're done. Done. A minute. I lost by a minute, folks. A minute and a half. Yesterday was about 5. No. Not at all. I think my opponent is about my skill level. So, really an even match there. Minute and a half, though. That's... wow. But like I said, you know, if I didn't go, if I hadn't have done the, like, if I had just made a couple of different routing decisions, could have saved me. My opponent, I told him, like, Thieves Town Big Key was my go mode. And his response, oof. So, yeah. Okay, let's speed through this, because I want to show this once. I apologize for the audio during this. Okay, see you, Tom. Thanks for hanging out. So yeah, we're just gonna let this scroll through. Yeah, people are starting to finish behind this. I just want to see what my collection rate was for this. And then I'm going to do practice of something. Okay, so let's bump that speed back down to 100%. Okay, 171 out of 216 is not a real crazy number for a... I know, another angry white-bearded guy. Run completed. Okay, so 171 out of 216, not bad. Okay, but what I wanted to do real quick is let me reload the seed real quick. And show you kind of what I had to do on Sunday morning. So I had a Master Sword, which means that to do this section, you have to do spins the whole time. But I kind of want to show how you damage Ganon without silver arrows.